Hello my friends. So it is Sunday and as I promised I am going to attempt, I haven't made them in a long time, but I'm going to attempt to make some homemade egg rolls. I had planned at the beginning of the week to do these with pork, with some of the pulled pork that I had from last Monday that I cooked. It's gone. My husband ate it all and I don't blame him. So I actually took some shredded chicken out of the freezer. You could certainly start this. You could use ground pork, you could use ground chicken, ground turkey, you could do anything you want. Most of the recipes I have found do say to start from raw, but I'm going to use already cooked stuff. And basically what I did was I went on Pinterest and I found a egg roll in a bowl recipe, and I'm just going to make that and put it inside the egg roll wrappers. Now, by my calculations, I'm not sure about the filling. We're going to have to wait and see how much of the filling we actually use. But with everything that I have, if I make 8 egg rolls, they are only 2 smart points a piece, which I think is pretty awesome for an egg roll. So I'm going to flip you around, show you what you're going to need, and then we'll get started. Hold on tight. Okay, so you're going to need a big pan. This is the Pampered Chef 12-inch skillet. That's going to be big enough. You're going to start with a lot and end with a little because the coleslaw mix will cook down. In this bowl I have, I don't know, I didn't even use quite half of it. It was a pretty big onion. I maybe used 1/3 of it, just a white onion. Onion to your taste, I thought that was plenty. And then there's 2 cloves of garlic in there. There is 2 smaller, they were kind of short, green onions in this bowl. 3 cups of coleslaw mix. And I added about 1/3 to 1/2 cup more of shredded carrots that I had in my fridge that I wanted to use up before the start of my next week. I have 8 ounces of this shredded chicken that I cooked last week that's been in my freezer. I took it out this morning and thawed it. I am using the Nasoya egg roll wrappers. 5 of these is 3 points. This is some sesame oil back here. We are going to use just a 1/2 teaspoon of that, so not very much at all. We are going to use a tablespoon of white rice wine vinegar. This is the soy sauce that I like to use. It is ginger flavored and it's super good. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of that and just a little cooking spray. And that is it, my friends. So I am going to turn on this burner. I am going to give this a good spray, even though it's a non-stick pan. They're getting kind of old. We got these all as, most of them as wedding presents, and we are going on 7 years married? 6 years married? Okay, and then I'm going to put in just this 1/2 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, that's it, of the sesame seeds, the sesame oil. And then we are going to start with our onion and garlic. When these soften after a few minutes, I'm going to add the green onion. Then I'm going to add the chicken. And then I'm going to add the coleslaw mix. We're just going to cook it all up. And then once everything gets cooked, I will add the dressings. So hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so basically what I did was I started with the white onion and the garlic. I added a little tiny bit of salt and pepper just to sweat the veggies. I don't want this to be too salty since we are going to add the soy sauce. And then when those were soft, I added the green onion. I gave that a minute. Then I put the chicken in, and we just really need to warm this chicken and kind of dry it out a bit. It's been in my freezer, so it was a little wet. but it has dried nicely. You don't want it to be too wet or it's going to make our egg roll soggy. So I'm going to add all of this coleslaw mix. And I have a feeling this might be too much filling, but I'm not really sure. Like I said, this is going to cook down a bit. So we will have to wait and see just how much it cooks down. I am going to add the vinegar and the soy sauce, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this has been cooking for a few minutes, and the veggies are really nice and soft and everything is combined. And I have to say, by looking at it now, this is probably going to be too much. What I will do is when I see what I have used, I will modify the recipe in the description box below, but we'll see. I'm going to spoon this out into this dish over here and just let it cool for a while, maybe like 20 minutes or so, just so that it is cool enough to handle. Actually, I may let it cool altogether because I am actually not going to cook these right now. It's only about 12:50 and I'm going to eat these. I'm going to bake them for supper. So I'm going to let this cool until it's all the way cool, and then I will come back and show you how to roll them. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay guys, so it is time to start rolling these. I already did 2. They're over here on a pan as kind of a test to see how much filling. I know you can't see very well, but I can't hold it and do it at the same time. So I'm laying it down. Not yet, buddy. Mimi will come and get you, okay? Okay, out of the kitchen, please. So I'm laying it down in front of me the horizontal way, longer on the horizon. So not like a piece of paper if you were drawing. Wait, no, that's wrong. I'm sorry. Lay it just like a piece of paper. Sorry, it looked funny. I'm going to go around the edge. This is just water in this little... Okay, so this is what that looks like. Just one of the wonton wrappers with water around the edge, all 4 edges. And then I am just taking, where'd my fork go? Oh, in here. About a 1/2 cup, roughly. About a 1/2 cup, right in the middle. Right in the center. And then what you're going to want to do, oh my goodness, I am so sorry guys. Okay, I need to get a taller tripod. So you're going to take the 2 sides and fold in, and then you're going to take the bottom half and fold up and kind of roll it as tight as you can so that the insides, the ends are all pocketed, and then you're going to lay it seam side down on the baking sheet. I have 3 so far. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to keep wrapping, and I'll let you guys see another one. Hold on. Okay guys, so one more I will show you. The tall way. Water around all 4 edges. I suppose you could probably put water all the way around it, but you don't really need to. This is more just for sealing purposes. About a 1/2 cup, give or take. This is all very rustic, and it really depends on what you use for ingredients, how much you put in, things like that. But we're going to see how many we can get out of the ingredients that we already put together. Willow, honey, please don't press those buttons. Oh my Lord, today. Okay. Roll it up. that's Mama's. Okay, water around the edge. You kind of want to, I keep having to stop and start, which anyone who has kids understands, but you want to kind of work quickly. Willow, Grace, that is Mommy's. You are not having it. Once you put the water on these wontons, they will stick to your surface and they will be easier to rip that way. Okay, we might get this recipe done today. It's only taken half the day to do. Oh. Okay. I'm definitely going to get more than 8 because this is my 8th one and I still have at least 2 more egg rolls worth in the dish. So I'm just going to keep making. And whatever I have left, I'm actually going to just freeze and eat on them this week and have them for future. I'm going to give the cutting board a wipe because it's kind of wet. So. Okay, let's keep going here. I might actually get 3 more out of it, which means I'll be able to change it in the recipe builder. Not that you can go much lower than 2 points for an egg roll. Holy cow. But these are kind of all different shapes and sizes too, which will happen when you do it yourself because unless you actually weighed out the filling on each one is going to have a little bit of a different amount. Plus, it kind of folds differently, so some of them will be shorter and some of them will be longer. Okay, so maybe not. I'm gonna have enough to do this one. There's a little bit left in there, but not enough to do another one, which is fine. So, okay, so I'm going to stop you and I'm going to flip you around and I'm going to show you. So this is what I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. What I'm going to do now is cover them and put them in the fridge. It is now 2:15-ish and I'm going to bake them later. And before I bake them, I'm going to spray them with some cooking spray just so they get nice and brown. So let's go over to, hold on, sweet girl. Let's go over here to, okay, so we got 9 of them. So we're going to change this 8 to a 9. And, okay, so still 2 points per egg roll, which is ungodly. That I can't even believe that. You could have 2. Two for 4 points. And these are good size egg rolls. I'll kind of zoom out here so you can see the ingredients again. So we have 8. We actually have, oh, we might have to switch that. Let's fix that because the only thing we used more of was this egg roll. We had to use 9. And there's still 2 points. So we had 9 egg roll wrappers, 8 ounces of skinless, boneless chicken breast, 3 cups of the coleslaw mix, a half a cup of onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, and a half a teaspoon of sesame oil, and that is it. So I have room in my day if I want to to have 2 of them for supper, but we will see. Or I might just have some more of the, I'm going to have it, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I'm going to have it with this tonight. I try to make Sundays a little bit easy, but my husband will be home, so I'm going to make this barbecue chicken teriyaki. Now, anybody who has this, and this is from Trader Joe's, the only directions on this are to cook in the microwave. There's no stovetop directions for this. I've made it several times. I've never made it in the microwave because there's something about microwave chicken, like in like lean cuisines or anything like that, that I just don't like. There's something about the texture in a microwaved chicken. So I just let it thaw. It's been sitting here since lunchtime. And I just heat it in a saute pan. I cook it all up until it's heated through. I just use some cooking spray on the bottom. Heat it all up and then add the sauce and then keep cooking for a minute and let that sauce kind of stick to the meat. And that's all I do because the thought of microwaving them kind of makes me sick. So I'm going to wrap these up for now. I'm trying to decide if I should spray them now and again before I cook them, just so they don't dry out and crack. That's kind of my thought on it. So I'm going to just give them a quick spray. You don't want to spray them too much or they'll get greasy, which you don't want either. And these have to cook for about 14 to 18 minutes, it said, just until everything inside is cooked. So what I'm going to do, and this is kind of how I do things like this, put it in the oven before you turn the heat on. That way, as the oven warms up, it'll start heating from the inside. And by the time the oven is heated up, then the inside will be hot and the tops will be ready to be browned. If you wait and put them in when the oven is preheated to 350, the outside will get really crispy, but the inside may not be warm. So if you were cooking these and it was hot, you could certainly do it that way. But to make everything kind of cook the same, I like to put this in a cold oven, turn the heat on and the timer. I would do 14 minutes, check them after 14, and if the edges are golden brown, then everything should be warmed up because the inside will start warming up with the oven. So that is it. If you want to see these all cooked and what they look like portioned out on my plate, check back in later today. This video will be up, well, you'll be watching it probably before my daily vlog is up, so come back and watch my daily vlog and you will see them all cooked and all put together. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below if you liked this, and I will link the egg roll in a bowl recipe that I used. So give me a big thumbs up if you like this recipe, and there'll be more to come. Have a good day, guys. Bye!